Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self-realization. Please subscribe our channel for the mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring the book Yoga Essays for Self-Improvement, authored by Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. In today's satsang, we will be covering how to develop mental health, which is a very important topic affecting almost many advanced countries, and many people at individual level are suffering. And finally, more people are becoming aware of the significant issues that people struggle due to mental health. Yesterday we were discussing the pranas. Excuse me, I had a scratchy throat, so I couldn't carry on for too long, but let's continue from the prana discussion. These pranas exist in the astral body of an individual. They flow through the vital channel called nadis, which link the astral body with the physical body through their numerous ramifying branches. The central vital channel corresponding with the spine is called Shushumna Nadi. Here, the main junction of the nadis exist. These are called chakras, which you may be familiar with. You may have heard of Kundalini, Shakti. Chakras are the spheres, discs that reside inside the Kundalini, the the backbone. The Mooladhara chakra is situated at the base of the spine and is the center of the operation of apana. The Swadhisthana chakra is at the root of the reproductive organs and is the center of Vyana. The Manipura chakra is at the part of the spine corresponding to the navel, is at the junction of the fields of prana that flows from the heart to the head, and apana that flows from the navel to the base of the spine. The Anahata chakra is situated in the spine near the heart and is the center of prana. The Vishuddhi chakra, situated in the space corresponding to the throat, is the center of Udana. The Agya chakra is the commanding center situated at the space of the eyebrows. So, through its control, a yogi controls all the other chakras effectively. The Sahasrara chakra is situated at the crown of the head and is a psychic link between the absolute self and the individual self. When this chakra is inundated with the flow of pranic energy, the soul in man communes with God. When the mind entertains thoughts of sex, food, and gross pleasures of the world, the impulses set up by the mind affect the lower chakras from Manipura to Mooladhara. When the mind is able to maintain higher feelings of divine love and sparkling thoughts of a philosophical nature, his heart center opens like a lotus due to the inflow of pranic energy. The greater the elevation of the mind, the higher the ascent of pranic energy through these centers. Concentrated pranic energy is termed Kundalini Shakti. When Kundalini Shakti passes through Vishuddhi chakra at the throat, there is a lofty elevation in one's consciousness. When it flows through Sahasrara chakra, he communes with the universal self as the thin veil of ignorance which separated him from the absolute self is destroyed. This is the goal of life for which an aspirant must promote a healthy body. Health of the mind and body, then, is a means of attaining self realization. With regard to this general plan of the chakras and the subtle operations of pranas, it is important to understand that whenever the mind sustains a negative thought, the vital flow into the body is interrupted. Some nadis overwork and others become too sluggish to perform any functions. The disharmony in the vital forces affects the chemical balance of the physical body, thereby disbalancing the three humors of wind, phlegm, and bile. We had discussed this yesterday: kapha, pitta, and Vata. Therefore, various diseases develop as a result in the physical body. If the mind is rendered healthy, the flow of the pranas through the nadis will be harmonized. This will restore the balance of the humors in the physical body. On the other hand, if the body is exercised by the techniques of Hatha Yoga and various disciplines are adopted, such as eating the right type of food, breathing correctly, and initiating a correct rhythm in daily activities, then a healthier disposition will arise in the physical body. This in turn will prompt a higher form of harmony in the functions of the pranas, which will induce a healthy state of mind. However, in this interdependence of body and mind, the latter exists on a higher plane. Therefore, a greater emphasis must be placed on controlling and culturing the thoughts of the mind. The root cause of all diseases. In yoga philosophy, the diseases of the mind are called adhi, while the diseases of the body are called vyadhi. These diseases arise from a root cause called avidya or ignorance. Ignorance is a mystic veil which consists of lack of intuitive knowledge and consequently a distorted state of consciousness. It is due to ignorance that a person is unable to discover his universal selfhood. His intellect continues to sustain a fictitious ego center. His leaning upon this ego center is the offshoot of the root disease, ignorance, and is known as asmita or egoism. On the basis of egoism, the mind develops impressions of raga, attachment, and dvesha, hatred. When the impressions of raga and dvesha multiply, human consciousness becomes deeply involved in the physical body as a result of karmas. Raga and Dvesha are the basis for selfish karmas. Intense attachment to the biological life of the body and consequent fear of death is termed as Abhinivesha Klesha, clinging to life. So these five, avidya, which is ignorance, asmita, egoism, raga, attachment, dvesha, hatred, and abhinivesha, clinging to life, are called the five kleshas or the five afflictions. They are the diseases for the unconscious mind and have pursued the soul through numerous embodiments. An aspirant must cut at the root of ignorance in order to eradicate all these afflictions. The promotion of mental health depends upon the elimination and eradication of these afflictions. What are the methods of promoting mental health? There are four major aspects of yoga, each giving a specific plan of spiritual discipline to cut at the root of affliction, which is ignorance. So, if ignorance is removed, obviously mental health improves. Jnana Yoga is the yoga of wisdom, emphasizes the need to listen to the Vedantic texts under the guidance of a spiritual teacher. Listening should aid a healthy rationalization and clarity of understanding regarding the nature of the self. Listening matures into profound reflection. Reflection becomes intensified in the form of nididhyasana, meditation. Vedantic meditation takes the form of an intense inquiry into who am I, which terminates in the discovery that I am the eternal, immutable, limitless self. Purity of reason leads to a healthy mind. Then Bhakti Yoga teaches the art of developing the divine sentiments of spiritual love. A devotee listens to the stories of Krishna, Rama, Jesus, Buddha, and develops love for the divine self who manifests through them. He learns the art of repeating the divine mantra to the jap and gains an insight into prayer and devout meditation. He resigns his will to God and practices self surrender. When the tensions of the ego are released by the development of sweet repose in the omnipotent majesty of God, a devotee is bound to develop a healthy mind free from all afflictions and diseases. At the same time, Raj Yoga gives a deep insight into the fact of spiritual psychology. It trains a person to practice the 8 steps of yoga, which are Yoga Sutras of Patanjali Maharaj. They are yamas, which are restraints, niyamas, observances, asanas, physical postures, pranayama, breathing exercises, pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses, dharana, concentration, dhyana, meditation, and samadhi, superconscious state. Raj Yoga also teaches how the negative thoughts of the mind can be counteracted by positive thoughts, and how an aspirant can gradually root out the source of all melodies by entering into the heights of samadhi. Karma Yoga teaches the art of purifying the unconscious by changing one's attitudes towards his daily actions. A Karma Yogi learns to perform his actions without expecting an egoistic reward. He finds delight in performing actions with a spirit of serving God through that action. He becomes a servant of humanity. He does not intensify his ego through his actions. Rather, he discovers the abundant source of divine strength through ego effacement and humility. The minor yogas, such as Hatha Yoga and Kundalini Yoga, are the ramifications and the branches of these major yogas, all of which come under the heading of integral yoga. So, an aspirant should practice integral yoga, combining these techniques in his daily life. One sided emphasis delays one's success on the path of yoga. But when the important elements of all the yogas are practiced daily, one advances steadily to the great heights of mental and spiritual health. Practice spiritual inquiry, study of scriptures, repetition of divine name, concentration, meditation, selfless service of humanity, and yoga exercises, which are asanas and pranayama, in your everyday life. Even a little bit, 30 minutes a day, but consistently. Keep a moderation and rhythmic balance. You are bound to develop a healthy mind in a radiant body. You will attain self realization, which in the end is the main reason for promoting a healthy mind. So, wish you all the success, and may your mental health and physical health be healthy. This is Swami Nikhilananda. In tomorrow's satsang, we will cover discover the self by removing mental illusions. So another profound chapter. Hari Om Tat Sat.